Hello, hello, my beautiful friend, and welcome to this episode of Angels Don't Lie. I'm your host, Jeannie Street, and I appreciate and love that you are here. Today, we are going to be talking about spiritual attack. This is going to be a big issue, so grab your pen and paper and meet me back here. All right, welcome back. Just wanted to remind you that this is going to be a really big issue. So we're going to lean in and we're going to go through some steps, because being under a spiritual attack has a lot of undertones to it. So we really want to unlayer what it looks like and what it feels like, and then give you the action steps in order to take to stop the attack, to also know where you're standing and have the confidence to move forward in your life and what it looks like for you.
When she smiles at you, she'll say, angels don't lie. Angels don't lie. Angels don't lie. No, no, angels don't lie. Angels don't lie. No, 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 no.
So last night during my Angel Healer training, this is why I'm talking about this. We were leaning into a topic, and all around our gifts and all around the frequency in which we live in, because we can't talk about energy work and healing work if we're not going to be talking about the frequency of how we're showing up and the abundance of love that's available. So they go hand in hand. And this is something that we do in the Angel Healer training and at the Immersive, which is actually coming up in November. And if you want more information, there is more information on my website, and I'll talk a little bit about it at the end of this episode. But for now, let's circle back to what was showing up for my students, because it has shown up for me. And if it shows up for us, we know, like literally, we know that it does show up for other people. So spiritual attack, dark night of the soul, we can call it many different things. What does it look like? It looks like we're having an overload of negative thoughts and feelings come and arise. We're seeing shadow energy. We're feeling as if our intuition isn't working. We're not trusting it. We're not validating the messages we are receiving. We're discounting them. We're questioning them. We're not resourcing them. Our feelings are being discounted by our own selves. We're questioning them. We're wondering, what the heck is this? We are questioning our own belief system, wondering, what do we believe? What do I believe? Is this of God? Is God calling me to do this? I'm not even sure anymore. I don't even feel smart or bright, and really judging, really criticizing and coming against yourself, because these thoughts will bring you to that place. Questioning the gifts that you have, wondering, what does it mean to have all of this? What does it mean that you have a psychic ability, that you have an ability to channel energy, that you want to serve, but you're not even sure what to do? You question and doubt your actions. You're discounting like everything that you've done so far. And you even might feel as if you're failing or a failure. Like, I'm not doing life good. I'm not doing my business good. I'm not doing my family good. Like something's happening and it just is ripping you apart. We have those dark night of the souls, and we can talk about Joseph Campbell. We can talk about the healer's journey of these up and down places that we go, these deep dark spaces, and these dark thoughts that come up. We're going to go a little further in that. And if you're feeling unseen or unheard by God, if you're wondering, is this God? Is this really God speaking to me? You are not alone. Like literally, this is what happens when there's a spiritual attack, when there is a dark force trying to keep you from showing up in the light, preventing you from being who you truly are. Doubting our heart's desires is very, very painful. It is a place of in-between. An in-between where you're bouncing from one moment feeling really good and like, yep, this is what I'm supposed to do, to the next moment of seeing that things are not working out. And that can look like, I'm being called to serve, but there are no clients. I'm being called to serve and there's no money. I'm being called to serve, but I don't know how to get my message out. I'm being called to serve, but I don't know what my next right move is. I don't know what God is saying to me. I'm being called to serve and I'm waking up in the morning and I'm feeling depleted. And then I'm noticing, I'm finding proof. I'm finding proof in my world. I'm finding proof that this isn't working. And the proof is you're looking for the clients, you're looking for the money, you're looking for what your next right move is, you're looking for that guidance, you're seeing other people doing the work that you want to do, and then you're shaming yourself in some way, shape, or form, or you're judging them. So spiritual attack leads us from our wholeness. It leads us from the place of being all of who we truly are to a space of questioning and doubting and discounting. And that gives more room for fear to come in. That gives more room for evil to do his job, which is to prevent your light from being seen, heard, or felt by anyone. And so if we think about this on a really big level, and this is what came up last night, again, with my students, we were talking about, one of the students was sharing her very intimate story of the abuse that she grew up with, the trauma in her original family, and then in her second family, her marriage, and the physical abuse and all of that. And she was like, 3 years ago, I left that. And then there was all this shame because there was children involved and who she was as a mother and how her children were hurt. And we were talking about like how evil will come in to keep us in the same space, to tell us that we are that low person, that negative person, which we aren't. We have come in here, we've come into this world with these beautiful soul mappings, this beautiful soul mapping. And the soul mapping is saying, okay, so look, you're going to have these generational wounds to work through. You're going to have this lineage of pain that's going to come through. And your job is to heal this one thing. And you are a healer. So, before you come, you're standing at this big table, this grand table, and you're looking at this map and you're like, okay, this sounds really great. I can do it. Like, yes, I'm ready, God, yes. And he's like, all right, so I just want you to know when you come in, like, there's going to be some challenges. Like, you're going to remember me as you come through that birth canal. You're going to remember as you're being born that you are the light. But along the way in your journey, you're going to forget. Because some things are going to happen and they're going to challenge you. They're going to challenge this love. And so your only job is to remember, is to find me, is to know that I'm with you. I am with you always. So just seek me and you will be okay. And so what happens during our life and as healers, and because you're multi-sensory and your senses are all wide open and you're receiving psychic energy all the time, is we learn to forget really quickly. We learn to forget who we truly are. We learn to not look to God first. We look to, why is this happening? What's happening? Am I wrong? We want to adjust our behavior. We want other people to be happy, so we end up starting to people please. And we start accepting that life is hard, that we aren't who we thought we were. And this happened, all by the age of like 5, right? And then, you as this healer, know you are the light. So you still know it. You just don't understand it. And then all this doubt. And then you carry all of this shame. And we carry the things. We carry them throughout our life. And they show up and they show up and they show up. And then there's this, all of a sudden there's this healing. There's healing that does happen. Like with my student who left her relationship. She left it. She started to remember who she was in some way, shape, or form. And she starts coming back into her own and her gifts start opening up and she starts realizing, wow, this is big. This is bigger than I thought, right? I'm seeing messages. I've had holy experiences. She's even had near-death experience. She's had some amazing holy experiences, but she's also wanting to just be on the other side. She's wanting to be there because it feels good to be in the heavenly realm. It feels good to disassociate. It feels good to disassociate. But that's not our journey. Our journey is to live in a life, to live fully in the form that we're in, and to keep evolving. So in order for us to heal the spiritual attack, to remember who we are, in order to fill back up and fuel ourselves to heal whatever we have going on inside. To do all of this, we need a simple course of action, which is meditation. It's a prayerful meditation. It's a devotion. Devotion to your soul. Devotion to your soul, because you are God. God is here. God is you. God is everything. And so this devotion of pouring in, of coming inward, of honoring, and then your light starts to expand. And then the confidence comes in. And then these spiritual attacks, while they seem like they might get a little bit less, they do. But the stakes are high here. And what I mean by that is if you're showing up in the world and you're expanding your light even more than ever before, and maybe you have a business and maybe you have a following and you're leading and you're really showing up and you're going to that next level, I want you to know, like, evil has a plan to take you down. He wants us not to be shining. And so he's going to come in your spaces where you are still sensitive and weak, where you're still carrying burdens, where you're still hurting. And so when we talk about, like, St. Teresa of Avila, she spoke about this in her book about having space inside of her for the beloved, and all of those, she called it her inner castle. And in this inner castle, there's all these doorways and pathways and rooms, and where the light isn't there, where God isn't, because those are the places that we harbor the pain. Not always on purpose, but because we didn't know better. And you don't know what you don't know until you know, right? Until you know, until you heal, until you start to bring more light in, and then you start to expand even more, and then those things start to get healed. And as we heal, we can recognize this is what it is. It's not like these low tones, this attack isn't going to stop, but you can recognize what it is when it's happening. And then you have the tools to do something about it. And that is what we work on in the Angel Healer training. And at the retreat, the immersive, we even go further with that by releasing those blocks, opening that inner castle, opening those spaces, and bringing in, flooding the light in and filling those spaces. And it's immediate. It's immediate transformation. Immediate are we filled with that grace and love and that, oh my gosh, awe, so that when we go to make that right move, when we go home, and those thoughts and those things that show up, and they pull and they say, no, your desires are not who you are, and you're not really being called to serve, and you're not going to find the right client, nobody's going to hear you. You're going to know, oh my gosh, that's fear. You're going to be cued in. You're going to understand fully, because your senses are going to be enlivened with the divine, with the blessed holiness, rather than staying in this place and fighting and fighting and fighting and feeling like you're getting nowhere, spinning your wheels of feeling unseen and unheard by God, like he's not talking to you, but he is. He's talking to you through this podcast right now, because he wants you to know you are safe, you are held. And these things aren't coming from him. They aren't coming to destroy you, right? He's not a destroyer. God is lifting you. He's reminding you, yes, desires of the heart are the purest of pure. They are meant for you. So we can check, we can resource. Is this desire of my heart? There's simple tools. And this is what we do. This is what we do inside my program. Understanding the desires of the heart, understanding which ones are yours and which ones you might have picked up just by being in someone else's energy, just from not knowing your own senses and your own energy. Like, it's easy to do. It's an innocence. And here's the other thing I want to say about beautiful souls that are healers like you, beautiful, beautiful souls, is that there is an innocence about you. There is a loveliness about you, and God made you exactly that way. There's nothing wrong with you. It's not that you are bad or wrong or dumb or whatever the vocabulary that you're using. Like one of my students last night, she's like, I didn't know, I was stupid. And I'm like, nope. No, it's not that at all. It is, again, when there is big things that your soul is coming here to go through, to heal, to evolve, whether it's, again, the generational wound, you're coming in with a lineage of pain and you've come in to help heal just one part of that. whether it's the trauma from your beginnings or your middles, that you're going to heal so you can help others better, so that you can show up in this world and help that one person like you who has suffered, that one person who's going through this thing that sucks the life out of them, and you're going to show up and you're going to use your abilities to commune with them, to commune with heaven and channel whatever it is they need, whether your work is physical, hands-on energy, whether it's therapeutic, whether it's nursing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what form of work you're doing, as long as you're showing up and leaning into God and leaning into, okay, just that one person. It's just, this is today is just for that one person whose heart is hurting, who feels like they just don't understand why this darkness keeps coming to them. And this darkness isn't just coming to you. You are not alone. But together we can shine a light. Together we can let this dark energy know we're not playing there. We are children of God. So I am a child of God, and only that which is of God can come to me. That is the statement that I teach my healers to say, first and foremost. I am a child of God, and only that which is of God can come to me. We start claiming who we are. We start standing in the soles of our feet, in the lower root chakra, these Christ points in our soles of our feet, claiming who we are, owning our ability to commune with heaven through our energy centers and with our chakras aligned together in union. So beautiful. So my friend, if you feel like this is touching your soul, if you're feeling like you're exhausted from the energy, the thoughts, the negative, the patterning that's happening, and you can't seem to get off this spinny wheel, I call this like, that hamster wheel over and over and over again. It's like, wait, why is this happening? Why are these thoughts here? Why are these dark thoughts here? Of course you don't have ill will, but evil knows that you will be judging yourself. He knows that it's going to bother you. He knows it's going to dim your light. Let this be your story today, that you are going to show up and say, I am a child of God, and I do not allow you here any longer. And it's just a beautiful thing. It's simple, it's to the point, and it will bring you back into the vibration, the frequency of love, so that you can step into that day and show up and expect abundance, right? Because it is meant for you. It is meant for you. There's nothing wrong or bad or evil about that. That is love. God is love. Abundance is love. I hope this serves you and fills you and reminds you of who you truly are. The Angel Healer Immersive, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It is the place to come to show up for yourself, to be embodied with the divine energy of heaven, for the holy experiences and the expansion that your soul is ready for. On my website, jeanniestreet.com, under Angel Healer Training, go to the Immersive. Under the Angel Healer program, you'll check out the Immersive. We'll put the link in the show notes for you. What you can expect is, on day 1, we're going to show up and we're going to touch on all those pain points. We're going to go right into the pain points, and we're going to start looking them face on, because when we look at them face on, it takes the energy that they are holding over us away. And it does feel like we're being held down. It does feel like this energy is like stomping your light out. It's taking everything that you are and compressing it down inward, so you aren't showing up how you want to show up, how you keep wanting to show up. So it changes the trying into you being. And we're going to go through some really amazing experiences on that first day in order to release some trap things, some things that you might not even realize are there. Yes, this is trauma healing. Yes, this is you healing. I say you go first. You go first, and then your work in this world gets brighter and bigger and even better, and whatever that looks like for you. Second day, we start coming back in and we start showing up in a new identity, the identity that you've truly wanted to be in, that you, and we start implementing the tools to reinforce that. We start to create new patterning in our brain, right? We call that neuroplasticity, however you want to look at it. This nice and easy for me, like you start creating that new identity and we start choosing that. And we do that through various exercise and some techniques of also releasing the entanglement of that spiritual attack energy that twists us up. Again, it's still you go first. And we have a little bit of practical. You put some tools into practice right away, because once you practice it, that's when it becomes you and it becomes part of your energy. And it starts to show up and you start to shine. And then the day 3, this is all about claiming your divinity. This is all about shining so brightly that there is no doubt. And so you receive miracles. Each and every single day, we will spend time in the heavenly realm. You will go to your light room in heaven. You will have holy experiences with divine loved ones that are on the other side, angels, saints, archangels. You will also connect with your departed loved ones. We will heal wounds that have been entrapping you and holding you in sameness. We will release the entanglements of other people's energy, of the things that are lowering your frequency and bringing you to the place of not growing, of not getting, not growing, not receiving the divine love, all that abundance that is meant for your soul. And then we'll expand. We're going to expand our light. You're going to learn how to expand from the heart center, from the core of your soul, this depth of who you are. The seat of the soul is in that heart center. And so we're going to expand that light, and we're going to do that with some really beautiful experiences. And the whole experience is, the 3 days is meant. So let's talk about the 3. Really important, because for me, in creating this program, I followed the divine guidance, which is 3 is the Holy Spirit. 3 is the divinity, right? Jesus lived 33 years. So the 3 has a very high number, high energy, And then our food, what we're going to be bringing into our bodies, the things that are going to help our frequency to stay the highest of the high. So lunch is provided, and lunch is high vibrational all around. The ingredients, the love, the preparation, all of it. The music, everything is aligned with love in a frequency. So when you show up, you're cared for, you're nurtured, you're held. You go first. If you have questions, if you're wondering if this is the retreat for you, trust your body. Your body gets tingly, you get light, you get your messages. Lean on that. Reach out, send me an email, ask, put it in the comment section, and I am happy to hop on a call with you. Please go out and check it out. And I hope you receive this and know that your light is needed, and these spiritual attacks, these things that are coming to you, this way fear is holding you, isn't okay. It's not okay. And you are safe to heal it. You are so safe to call it what it is. May God bless you and keep you, and have a beautiful, beautiful day, my friend.
You'll never worry or